What's going on, family? Black Steel from Black Steel Entertainment, the home of the independent artists. And this is the 38th Village Podcast. And I welcome all of y'all for another episode. Today is February 12th, 2 days until Valentine's Day. I don't know how many of y'all really care about the day, but it's coming up. Myself, it's just another day, but when you involved with people, with someone else, you have to adjust and make it somewhat important to you as well. So good morning and welcome to another episode. I'm seeing that being on this page, a lot of people don't get the notification. So I'm asking everybody to please go to this page, like it. I'm gonna leave the link in the description in the comment section again, and hopefully everybody start picking up on it. Good morning, good morning. You're always the first one up in here. Good morning. Trying to get this thing going. Make sure you share the video and try to see who gonna come up in here, because I see that they're not really getting over to this side. But I really need everybody to get over to this side so that we can basically make sure we know exactly who came in, so we can show our appreciation. So please share this. Let's get as much people as we can up in here. Okay, today's episode is we're our worst enemy. And what I mean by that is that black people hate on each other so much that it prevents us from actually growing as a people. We are always the one who puts the person down that's trying to grow, or tell them that they're not going to grow, or once they get to a place, they automatically say, well, this dude or this chick think that they're better than us and stuff like that. I mean, there's always something that is said. Recently, Cardi B won a Grammy, and the hate came out. The hate came out. Everybody's mad. Oh, this and that. She shouldn't. Basically, she don't deserve it. Instead of just giving the person their props for their grind. You know what I mean? We are our worst enemies. We are our worst enemies. We always attack each other and try to bring each other down, and that's the very sad part about everything, and a real significant part of why we are not growing as a people. If something happens, we automatically, like I said, the hate come out, or people think it's funny, or something else. Like, okay, somebody is down, you don't step on them, especially one of us. You're supposed to uplift each other and help each other out. But it's this crab in the barrel syndrome that's so crazy that it's ridiculous. If somebody makes some money, another one of us gonna hate, and that's just sad. You should be proud that this person made it. Pay attention to what they did and try to emulate it if possible in your own way, the way that you like. Everybody don't have the same gifts. So of course, if you see somebody become an NBA star like Jamal Tinsley, and you can't play ball, of course you're not trying to go be in the NBA. But watch what he did. Follow his movements, what he did to get there. He went to college. Good morning. He went to college. He did what he had to do. He played hard. He was in practice. He did what he had to do to get there. Everything takes work. If you want something in your life, you got to push for it. And that goes with everything. Don't hate on another person because they made it. Find out how they made it. Find out how they made it and use them same things to help you make it. Don't hate on them. It should be all about love, especially when somebody is your color. You know how hard it is for a black person to make it somewhere? There's always somebody to bring them down, and it shouldn't be one of us. It's already hard enough for us. It shouldn't be one of us to help bring the other one down. It shouldn't be like that. All the he say, she say, you know how it was growing up. The hood is the pinnacle of this. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this one think they better. This, oh, they ain't gonna never get nowhere. They sitting there talking about they gonna be a singer. They ain't gonna never get nowhere. You don't have no faith in the grind. Why? Because you feel that you'll never get there. This is something that you can never do yourself. So you try to put it off on somebody else. Don't project your insecurities and your lack of faith onto somebody else. You should try to help them grow. Try to uplift them. Yeah, okay. Yeah, do what you got to do. Oh, that's what you want to do? No doubt. That's what's up. Go ahead. Keep pushing. You don't say, man, listen, you know how many people try to get in the game? It's too hard to get in the game. That's not how it go, man. We our worst enemy. And this goes with not only us trying to grow as a people as far as entertainment or whatever it is, helping each other with their goals. If one of us get killed by a white person, the whole community come out. Everybody come out the woodworks. Oh, this is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. But if Pookie killed Mookie, it's all good. Nobody argues. Nobody say nothing. Nobody come out the woodwork and say this should stop. Nobody does that. Everybody they only when it's a white person on one of us, and that was a problem. But every day we are killing each other, making it so much easier for them. So what do we do about that? What do we do about black on black crime? What do we do about us not trying to get a like or something when a fight is going on and black people are fighting each other and hurting each other and somebody's recording to try to get a like? Why not try to stop them? Like, yo, no, we the same. We shouldn't be doing this. Yes, we have our differences, but we are all in the same war, man. We all in the same war. I salute the ones who doing what they got to do and talking up for us. I salute the ones that's pushing. And like this man in Philly, he be doing little videos or whatever the case may be, and he be out there like it's all an act, but the message that he putting out is what's up. He showed a situation where I'm gonna say Philly, but it might not be, but I think it's Philly. But he shows a situation and then he stops the situation, then he talks in it or whatever the case may be. So basically, it might be somebody trying to shoot each other, and then he's like freeze frame, and then he talk about like, why should we do this to each other? Why should we hurt each other? Why? It's like, if we all coming from the same dirt, nobody's better than each other. Yes, one might push harder to get out of the dirt, but we all from the dirt. And it don't matter how much money you make, they still going to treat you like a nigga. They still not going to let you in certain situations. How many sports teams are owned by a black person? Owned, completely owned. Not like partially owned, 10% or nothing like that. I'm talking about completely owned from a black person. But the majority of the people that's in the sports system be black people, like basketball, football. We are making a lot of money for them, but we are not allowed to own it. We're not allowed to be in that fraternity. We're not allowed to be in that kind of situation. So when one of us gets somewhere and actually make it, we shouldn't be mad about that. We should be praising that. We should be uplifting that and making sure that everybody else know, listen, this is something you can do too. Just keep pushing. Just keep pushing. If we stop and we beat each other up, we're never going to make it nowhere. We are one of the, if not the largest race in the world, especially in this country. But we don't stand up for each other. We don't push for each other. Exactly. We're in the same boat, rocking to the same water all day. But people don't look at it like that. Instead of trying to help each other, everybody's on this selfish stuff where, Oh, I got to be better than this person. Or I'm gonna keep doing this. I am better than this person. And the most people that do that don't be better off. Yes, you might have some money that you put to the side to get you your Gucci, get you your Prada, your Moncler, and now you looking like blackface, cooning out here, because you rushing to get some things that people that don't even care about you, or you spending all your money on things that people that don't care about you. It's about us, and we have to keep pushing that. You can't be like, oh, I got this. Yes, you might have that, but what kind of person are you? Do you even take care of your mother? You making all that money, you out here in the streets, you doing what you got to do, but your mother's still in the projects. You still in her apartment in the projects, but you got a luxury car outside. You got designer clothes, and all of this just a stunt on other people in the hood, people that's like you. That don't make any sense. So we killing each other, we putting each other down. We're not helping each other at all. Everybody, even if somebody has a dream and they post it up, they're like, well, listen to my music, or if you don't listen to it, just share it. We don't even share it. We don't even like the comment. We don't even like it to give more notoriety to it. We don't even do that. We pass by a lot of people's stuff, and that's why I started with the Blackster Entertainment. Basically, like I said, the home of the independent artists, because I remember being there and people that I grew up with that was actually making a little leadway in the game wouldn't extend that hand, even though for other situations I was present. If it's a violent situation, if it's something that they needed help violently, some negative stuff, oh, they wanted me there. But it was time to try to grind and make that money, they didn't want me there. They didn't offer it. You know what I mean? So it's like nobody wants to see you shine. And that's sad, man. We all come from the same dirt. Why not? Why you don't want to see me shine? You think I'm going to outshine you? Is that it? Because that's what I believe. I believe that the situation that I was in, the person thought I would outshine them. Of course, you rapping or whatever. You supposed to feel like you the hottest MC. And in my book, I felt I was. I was the better one of the person that was in the place to help me. I was better than him. But this is how the game goes. Nobody don't want to see you shine. If they try to keep you at a level where you need them all the time, instead of building you up so y'all can be at the same level and y'all both shine. And it's sad, man. We're the worst, man. We're the worst. I've been in situations where got into something with a Hispanic person, and it was like radar that all the other Hispanic people in the area came to his rescue. Didn't know him. Just it ain't happening. And I understand that. Jewish people stick together. White people stick together. Everybody stick together but us. We don't hold each other down for nothing unless we hold them down from getting somewhere positive. Exactly. It's crazy. It's all about flexing on the next person. It's all about flexing on the next person. It's like I gotta be better than you. Okay, then do what you gotta do, but you don't have to try to put people down in order to build yourself up. Because if that's the only way you looking like something, that's not gonna last long. That's not gonna last long. You gotta be pushing and try to help. And like you said, money don't last forever. Better invest. Exactly. Money don't last long. You can sit there and especially these people out here hustling. That money really don't last long. There are no real rich people that's out there hustling. Now, cartels and all that is a little different, but for the most part, you don't nickel and dime and become a cartel yourself. That very rarely happens. Very rarely happens. So you making this money, you need to do something with it. You don't even take care of your mother with the money, and you inherit her apartment. You don't even help with the rent or nothing. All you're worrying about is flashing, and that's crazy to me. But there's a lot of people out here that do this. A lot of people out here that do that, and like I said, we are our worst enemy. We come from greatness, but we don't show it. We don't show it. We don't live it, and we should live it, because once we live it, it becomes you. You have to put that in you, that you are this great person. Oh, we all know them. We all know them. We all know quite a few of them, probably. We all know them. We might be even related to some of them. It's everywhere. It's not only projects, it's houses too. People living in their mother's basement, making money, but can't get their mother out of the hood. They actually got bread to the point where they can move their mother out of the hood. They can move both of them out of the hood and pay for the rent or mortgage or whatever the case may be and take care of them. But they choose not to, because if they do that, they'll have less. But truth be told, the more you help and the more you give, the more you'll get. People don't understand that. Selfish people don't really make it. Yeah, crabs in the barrel. Thanks for showing up, brother. I'm glad I'm getting everybody over here, because it's like a lot of people are missing it, because I don't know, they still looking for me on the other page. I'm trying to get everything here, because like I said in the beginning, on this page here, I'm able to measure how many people come in, where they come from, everything like that, so I can show appreciation and to help the podcast grow. So if y'all could share the video with your friends and family, and let's try to help this grow. But back to the crabs in the barrel situation, it's really sad though, man. It's sad because people would hate on their own family members. That's the craziness. People hate on their own family members. Their family members are trying to do something positive. I've seen it happen. I've seen people had dreams of doing things like music, real estate, just anything, play ball or whatever. And their parents, their siblings, their cousins, aunts, uncles, whoever, are telling them, you're not going to be able to do that. I got a friend, no lie. This was his, I think it was his brother-in-law. His brother-in-law told him, he's talking about going to school. Mind you, this is a dude that was going back and forth to jail. And he was tired of going back and forth to jail. So he says, yo, I'm going to school. And his brother-in-law tells him, what are you going to school for? That shit ain't going to help you. What? What you going to school for? You want him to stay out here and mess up his life more so he could be in the same situation as you. Out here in the streets, hustling for everything, grinding for everything, to the point where you looking over your shoulders 24/7 from the police and stick up men and all that type of stuff, because you want him to be out here with you, probably making money or whatever the case may be. It's crazy. Why are you gonna go to school for? That's not gonna help you. Now, school after high school, I say, is not completely necessary depending on what you're trying to do. But I think it's very important to open doors for a lot of people. And for somebody to say, what are you going to school for, when a person is trying to change their life and not be in a negative light, for somebody to say, what are you doing that for? That's really crap. That's crab in the barrel to the top, to the utmost. It's like, how do you fix your mouth to say that to somebody that's trying to better their life? So you don't want them to be better. You want them to be messed up and negative for their whole life. Don't better yourself. It's crazy. Education is the key. Like I said, the far as schooling itself is not necessary, especially in this day and age with the internet. You don't have to go to school to be educated. You don't have to be going to school to be educated. You can learn almost anything on the internet. You can learn almost anything on YouTube, and it's a visual, so you can actually learn it. I try to help people all the time, and I started talking to a lot of people, but I wasn't putting the actions in myself. I knew everything that I needed to do, but I wasn't doing it. And that's why the first episode of this podcast was procrastination, because that was me. I let a lot of things get in the way, and this happened, so I can't do this now. And this the same thing that comes from our people. All the negative stuff that come from us that try to deter us from doing what we got to do. Like I said, we are our worst enemy. And they know that. And they know that. They know that if we are at the same educational level as they are, we already way past it, because we already advanced in almost every other way. So they like, well, if they smart too, we in trouble. They stronger, faster, all this stuff, and now they smart. It's like, oh, come on, we all messed up. Every sport that they came out with, we dominated. Football, baseball, all these things where we couldn't even get into years ago. We couldn't even get into. Once we got in, we took over. We took over every sport. Boxing, football. We even got golf. Tiger, we even got golf. So it's like they don't want to see us shine. And then the sad thing is, we don't want to see us shine. We kill each other, and there's no parade. There's no protest. There's no news feed. There's no post on my timeline. There's no anything like that. There's none of that. But soon as a white person, a cop, or something like that kill one of us, everybody come out the woodwork. They got t-shirts, everybody got their fist up, everybody growing afros and all type of, it's like stay woke and all these things. Is like, come on, you wasn't woke before? You didn't know this things was going on before? Even with the white people killing us, you didn't know this was going on before? You didn't know that we kill more of us than they do every day? You didn't know that? Today, I'm listening to the radio on the way to take my boys to school, and they talking about the news in DeKalb County and down here in Georgia. 2 brothers arguing over a bag of Cheetos. One of them was drunk. The drunk brother locks his mother and brother in a room and sets the house on fire. What kind of hate is that? That's like crazy. Like, are you serious? It's just like, we don't care about each other at all. But let a white person have been arguing with him. He wouldn't have fought them. He wouldn't have did anything to them. He wouldn't have did anything. And that's what be so sad. Somebody run up on you, black person say something to you, or even just look at you the wrong way, you ready to fight. White person look at you, you keep moving. That's some sucker shit right there. I try not to curse too much on this podcast, but that one was deserving, I think. That's crazy. See, I'm not a sports fan. I just know by observation how we basically dominate everywhere. I watch it, I see it happen, but that's crazy right there. You said the first black quarterback named Doug Williams, they paid him to disappear. That's crazy. He won the Super Bowl. That's crazy. It's crazy. Like I said, I don't know too much about sports to deny or confirm or say even have a word on that, but the whole thing is, yes, they shut us out of a lot of things. They do, like you said, they paid him to disappear and all that. But what about the things we do to each other to prevent us from growing? The things that we do, to me, are worse. They've been doing it. They've been doing it. But when we do it to each other, it's worse because we all know how it is to be black. We all know how it is to be black. So why put extra work on us? Why put extra work on each other? Why do that? Why sit there and put down another black person knowing that they already down? You push them down further to try to build yourself up. That's no good, man. That's really hurtful. It's really hurtful that that's what we do to each other. Now, we grow up, and most of us grow up with other people like us. We all grow up around the same people, same kind of people. We all grow up with black people, other black people. So, of course, we're going to come in conflict more often with black people because this is who we are around. You know what I mean? This person, we're going to have more problems with black people because we live around black people, grow up around black people. Of course, we're going to have these problems. But why do it have to get to the extent of killing a person because of some bull? Like another one, I don't know if it was in DeKalb County, but most likely, because down here, DeKalb County, Fulton County, that's the most places you hear the news at down here. Now, a guy was arguing in the club, well, I think it was 2 nights ago, arguing in the club. He comes out and a dude kills him. How bad was the argument? Did he punch you in your face in the club? Did he threaten your life? What happened? And these young people out here, not just down here, I'm talking about period. Young people don't fight anymore. Soon they hear any argument, they going to get the gun or pulling out a gun and shooting. And the sad thing is down here, a lot of these young dudes have gun licenses. They have a license for their gun. I see dude, I think he's about like 20 years old, man. Walking around, gun on his hip like he a cop. I'm looking at him like, yo. But I forgot where I was at. In New York, you can't do that. But down here, almost everybody has a gun. Almost everybody. So if you get into beef down here, it's a strong possibility you getting shot. So a hothead, access to weapons, and only around your people, that's not a good combination for us. Exactly. And the thing is with that too, of course you can't bring everybody with you. But to actually give back far as talking to people to try to help them out. I'm not saying, come on, let's go. I want to help you out the hood. But we have to talk to people. We have to talk to them and let them know, listen, it's more things going on than being in the hood. The hood is great. You know what I mean? I still love New York City. I love Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, deep. But Once I moved away, my life changed dramatically. Once I moved away, because I didn't want to move down here. You know what I mean? But my wife wanted to go. My kids was leaving with her. So what I was supposed to do? It's like, okay, let's see what this about. First year, I was still like, nah, I gotta go back. But as things was going on, I'm like, yo, since I've been down here, a lot of things changed with me. I got more time to think, and because I'm not running 24/7 like I was in New York, and I'm like, oh, it's way more things to do. Way more things to do. I think if I was still in New York, I probably wouldn't have my bachelor's degree. I probably wouldn't have that. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't. Even though that's something that I wanted, but I don't think I would have had it. I wouldn't be a certified audio and sound recording engineer. I wouldn't know a lot of this stuff. You know what I mean? The stuff that I'm learning and the people that I'm meeting and the connections that I'm getting out here, I wouldn't have it because I would have been still probably hanging with the same people, doing some of the same things, and might have even been in a worse situation because I'm hanging with these people and doing some of the same things. I haven't been, you know what I mean, doing no dirt. Got time to think. Like I said in another episode, previous episode, since I've been down here, I got a career diploma in small business management. I got a bachelor's degree in organizational management, certified audio and sound recording engineer. I got about 10 credits in my master's. I stopped though. I got 10 credits of my master's. And I created a magazine. Had my magazine party in Ball One, which is the dude Peter from Atlanta Housewives, his club. I had other things going on. I mean, start working with photographers, artists, and everything like that. And a lot of things changed. A lot of things changed since I've been here. A lot of things. I got 2 more kids. I'm the PTA president of my kids' school. So it's like, I know I wouldn't have been no PTA president. I knew that. But once I got away, a lot of things changed. And these are some things that I like to talk about with other young black dudes because you can change still. I did all this in my 30s. You can still change right now. Yes, you might be gang banging, you might be this, you might be that, you might be this, but you can change. And it's up to us to really talk to these people. Excuse me. It takes a village to raise a child. Again, that went over my head a lot of times because one time that it was actually used, it was a situation where I was grown and somebody was trying to, well, I felt they was trying to demean me and make me feel less than when they said it. But as I got older, I'm like, oh, okay, just because it's just a phrase that it takes a village to raise a child. Now, somebody could be grown but still have childish ways, and it takes other things happening around them to help mold them still. And as men, they say we mature late. It took me some time, but I got there. Thanks, Reedy. It's really a lot to try to help people that don't want to be helped. But if we're going to have any change, we have to. Because right now, we are truly our worst enemy. It's never too late. It's never too late to get it. It's never too late to get it, man. You could be 70 and still working on a degree. It don't matter. You still can get it, man. And I think it's great because that's even more exposure to different things. Keep your mind going, constantly growing some kind of way. You gotta constantly grow. I'm thinking about the masters, but again, that's almost like I said about people wearing Gucci and all this stuff. It's for a status because you really don't need to go to school to learn the things that the master's program will teach you. So that's still like just to say, well, I got my master's too. You know what I mean? Because I'm not trying to work for somebody. So why am I really getting that for? What am I getting it for? I get the same knowledge from learning on my own and just control my own business with it. Right now, 3 different businesses I have right now. Um, trying to build off of them to make more going on. This podcast is just part of one of them. Um, it's I don't want to work for nobody, so I really don't need the masters. But to be able to have the time, the free time to help other people, I'm loving that. I'm loving that because we beat each other up so much. It got to be some kind of balance or some kind of something that's going to tip the scale to the point where we stop hating each other. But truthfully, the thing that has to start first is we have to stop hating ourselves. A lot of us look at ourselves and say, well, I didn't make it or whatever the case may be, and they project that same thing on their kid. And have their kid having self-esteem issues and self-doubt. I tell my kids all the time, be better than me. Be better than me. This is what I did. This is what I've accomplished so far. You got so much time and you have my knowledge, so you should never be lower than me. You should never be lower than me. You, as a child, you should be already damn near up to my level because I'm telling you everything. I'm telling you everything, and you learning stuff on your own. So always strive to be better than me. Don't just get a bachelor's. Don't just do this. Whatever I did, you're supposed to double up. You're supposed to double up. Don't be me. Be you 10 times better than me. Keep pushing nonstop. It took me a while, like I said, it took me a while to learn a lot of the stuff that I did learn because one, most of the people that I followed, that I looked up to was negative people. Excuse me. So I didn't have the positive person that I'm trying to be now to work stuff up. Dads with kids, hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. And y'all, what y'all do, like field trips and crafts or stuff with your kids, do stuff with the kids, or just like uh, a club where all the fathers get together and talk about things with their kids, or do they actually do things with the kids? Because it's very important for fathers to be in their kids' lives. So if that's what you're doing, that's great. And if it's not, put that in your program where the kids are included in the situation. It's a what it's called. It's called All Pro Dads. Look it up when you get a chance. All Pro Dads is a nationwide organization, if not global. If it's not global, I don't know if it is, but I know it's definitely nationwide, that gives fathers and programs like yours knowledge on how to be better fathers and how to incorporate things like that in your programs. So if you have a program like you said, you have an organization called Dads with Kids, they got activities that you could do with your kids, with the fathers and stuff like that, and ideas, give you other ideas. So when you get a chance, look up All Pro Dads. Oh, okay, that's what's up. That's what's up, because we need it. Excuse me, we need it because the court systems, I haven't seen it to be good for us. Of course, the child welfare comes first, but then how I feel like it goes from child, mother, somebody else, then the father. It don't even be like the men even get no love whatsoever. We got to fight hard to get that love from out the court systems, especially when it's like family court where child support and all this stuff is going on. they really don't care about us. They do us dirty, and I've seen it. I experienced it. Um, it's just crazy. Oh, okay, you hooked up with All Pro Dance. Me too, because I'm trying to incorporate that in, because this 38 Village is not only a podcast. This is my mentorship program as well. So this is the program that I use to talk to kids and stuff like that. And right now, I'm just working with kids. Um, I'm only working with kids right now because I'm trying to build them up, teach them music, teach them how to run a studio, teach them how to create music. Because I'm also a music producer. I started that in 2016, and it's not as great as I would want it to be, but it's coming along. I'm getting a little acknowledgement, so I feel good about that. But All Pro Dash is great. I've connected with them too as well to help build my program. They actually have a situation where you could bring a chapter of their program into your city, but I want to build my own and just maybe incorporate some of the things that they have. But that's great that you're doing that. Salute you on that, because all the help we can get as men, as black people, period, anything that we could get some help from our people is great, man, because we all need it. We all need it. It's like the crab in the barrel syndrome really bothers me, man. I see a lot of people get upset because somebody's making money. And that's crazy to me. How you upset because another black person made money? And even this is how sad things is. BET um actually posted that Nicki Minaj just got dragged by her lace front when Cardi B got her Grammy. BET posted this. Of course, they apologized and said, well, it wasn't us, it was somebody that's part of the it wasn't us per se. It was somebody that's part of our social media team that put that up there, and basically they're going to be handling that situation. But a lot of things that that happen, we automatically just jump on it in a negative way. It's like, what did putting Nicki and Cardi against each other again benefit BET? Nothing at all. Okay, that's what's up. You wrote for them as far as what, music or something else? Because like I said, I'm trying to do as much as I can. So whatever I could learn or get into to try to develop it and help our people get better, I'm really trying to do that. And with my situation, my program, and I hope a lot of other minority programs do, there's absolutely no sagging. I don't play the sagging. No pants sagging. None of that. You're gonna look appropriate. You're gonna do what you gotta do, and we try to be professional, and get to the point where we can start businesses. That's what I'm trying to push with these kids. BE. Oh, both. So you wrote music and like stuff like what, monologue. All of that's needed. So you'll be good with kids. You know what I mean, helping them out. Now I still write, but that's not my main thing. Yeah, yes they are. Yes they are. And I was so mad when they allowed BET to be bought out by white people. Why? Excuse me. Why would you sell black entertainment television to a white person. But did you notice how everything changed on BET once they came in? The programs that was put out before on BET was no longer available. The type of things was more. They still put some things out that's positive about black people, but the most of it is on some ratchet type of stuff, or some something silly that's not putting us in a good light. You know what I mean? Everything changed, and that's why I'm really upset with BET, the original BET, for allowing them to take over like that. Because to me, it's no longer black entertainment television. It's not. I don't even look at BET anymore. I don't look at BET anymore. I haven't looked at BET in years. I hardly watch anything. Now, I do watch reality shows, because, especially like Love and Hip Hop, because of the hip hop part. I love to understand more about the industry, because these people are going through it at the time, and I can see certain things like, oh, okay, and a lot of it I know already, but you learn bits and pieces from it, and you see how the industry act, so you know how to move in that situation. Other things, I started watching, what's that thing called? Cartel Crew. I'm really, I don't know. I like the gangland life. Very infatuated with. I look at almost everything with gangs and mobs and cartels. I look at mostly everything. So, and like I brought that up to say, because of the BT, it's not a lot. There's even a lot of black shows to really entertain us anymore. To me, the most black shows that's out are buffoonery. All these reality shows making us look stupid. Everybody sexing each other and fighting and all that. It's no, it's nothing good no more. It's nothing good no more. So I like a lot of drama and stuff like that. So the the reality shows and all that don't do too much for me. Just certain ones for certain reasons. If I watch it, it's something in it that I'm trying to learn. And this is something that we should push all the time. If you're going to do something, make sure you're learning something from it. Even if it's watching TV. As long as we're constantly learning, we're growing. And when we get to the point where we can really love ourselves and not hate each other, the growth is going to be crazy. The growth is going to be crazy. We're going to be able to put ourselves in situations where we don't need anybody else. There's black-owned banks. There's black-owned businesses. We just have to build our community with these kind of establishments. And hopefully, there's no shadiness going on that it brings us down more. That's the only thing. And that's another thing. When a black person has a business, we automatically feel that way. And that's crazy because, I just said it and it kind of bothered me. Because we don't normally own things like that. So when we do, it's like, is it correct? Is it right? You question these things because you're like, this is out of the norm. So a black-owned bank, how do that run? I mean, you start questioning these things, and these is what we need to do more research on and see and find out how do they work just like any other bank? Where do the money go? Far as like when traditional banks have YouTube really thinks traditional banks use your money to make investments, and that's how you're able to get interest on your the money that you put in banks. So with a black owned bank, is it the same way, What's the rates? Um, do they actually use the money that they make off investments to build the community up? Excuse me. These are the things I need to know about a black bank. Because if you're doing the same things and not contributing to a black community, uh, yes, it helps to put it in a black bank to help other black people make money. But what are you doing for the community? It got to be a full circle. Yeah, we really got to do it. The new Black Wall Street got to happen because as long as we continue to put money in their pockets, they're growing and we're not. They're getting more power to hold us down more. So these things got to change. Something has to change. We have to keep educating ourselves, educating each other so we can grow. Because other than that, we're not going anywhere. So with these black owned businesses, black banks, if we could really work it out to where our money is secure, invested properly, and communities are being affected, a positive effect on the communities is coming from it, I think that'd be a good thing. And this would have to be nationwide. It would have to be a situation where it goes everywhere in all the hoods. Hmm. See, that's what I'm saying. Stuff like that. Now, if they don't, if they don't cover the bank, how secure is your money? Your money's not really secure in regular banks either. Yes, the FDIC helps out, and to a certain amount, your money is insured and stuff like that. But how safe is your money? It's just crazy. Period. All this stuff is crazy. The whole system is crazy. But we have to find another way to help each other because, like the title says, we are our worst enemy. We bring each other down. We hold each other down. We keep each other from growing. We push each other out of places because we want to be in that place. And it's just crazy, man. Yes. You know what I mean? But what's the system? How do that system work? How do we start building that system where we cover each other? How do that work? And for everybody to feel safe and secure in that situation. That's the question. How do that work? I have a lot of ideas and plans that I'm trying to push through because I feel that it will make a huge dent in a lot of things that we're doing, as far as developing situations where people are actually making some good money to be able to take care of their families. But my whole thing is with a lot of these situations, you build something and then somebody take it, or the person that already have the money like that, they do it first and then you shut out, and it was your idea in the first place. So I hold a lot of things, but it's coming. It's coming slowly but surely. It's coming, and the effects are going to be great. I know that already. But with this podcast, the mentorship program, the businesses that I'm trying to create and help other people build is going to really do a lot. No doubt. Because this is something that needs to happen. We need to be able to hold each other down. Like Jewish people, they communities, the money circulate right back into them. They own their own buildings. So they're landlords. They hold all the stores in the neighborhood are theirs. Um, they don't really buy outside of that. So with situations like that, if we had a system like that, we can grow much faster. We can grow much faster. How you doing, Henrietta? Thanks for dropping in. We we basically talking about how we are our worst enemies, how we hold each other down instead of uplifting each other and really doing something. Good morning. And basically trying to figure out ways to change that situation. So I don't know exactly. Well, I do know where to start. That's what I'm doing now. But I don't know how to get it bigger and faster, because it's needed now. It's needed now. Just me by myself and a few other people are not going to change things in the speed that we need it, because we're killing each other. We're holding each other down. We're pulling each other back down once the person is up, sabotaging each other's lives to keep them basically where you are. We're tearing down self-esteem. We're tearing down our women, our females, our children, our daughters, that they don't even feel like they even need a man. They don't want a man at all. Communities are being flooded with homosexuality. And I don't have anything against people that are gay, lesbian, or anything like that. But my thing is, when it's pushed into communities, there's something wrong. Just like drugs and alcohol, all this stuff being pushed into black communities for a reason. Everything is pushed in for a reason. The reason I feel it is because they don't want us to make more kids. If you're gay, you're not making kids. So we have to start from somewhere. And all these things, we gotta have more control in our communities. Not control far as telling people what they can do with their lives or whatever like that, but more not gonna I'm gonna change the word control. More like systems. And yes, it is a start. It's definitely a start. Everything that long somebody is doing something positive is a start. It's the seed, and it just hopefully it grows more. And if more people are doing things like you're doing with your Dads with Kids program, stuff like that is going to help out a lot. It gives men more more strength and more to get rid of their self-doubt. Because if you feeling like, dang, nothing's working for me, I'm trying to be around my kids and the court system is pushing me down and all that, and then you have a program like yours that's helping them in them situations, you're like, dang, we not alone. So I could do this. If I just keep pushing, I could be with my kids. I could do this, I could do that. And that's a great situation, man. That's really a great situation. Because we black men are being pushed down so far that we're no longer the head of the household. We're no longer the protector of our families. We're no longer the provider. We're no longer that strength and that disciplinary. We're not these things anymore because of things that's going on. Okay. What happened, Lily? You said thanks. I see y'all now. You couldn't get in? You was in here with me earlier. But hopefully from what you're doing, what I'm doing, like you said, it's a start. Something could be built stronger. You know what I mean? Something could be built stronger. You pushing, I'm pushing, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other people out here that's doing the same thing. We could help build up our communities, help build up our youth, because they're going to be the ones trying to build a community later on. And if they're not provided with the proper tools to do what they got to do, they're not going to be able to build anything. Oh yeah, Nene was saying something about that before, about the watch party. The watch party, you can see them, the comments, but I can't, because it's your watch party. That's why I was saying, if people could just come over to this page, like the page, and follow it. Once you follow it, you'll be able to see whenever I come live. So, if possible, I don't know how that watch party thing goes. If it's possible that I can, I get over there and check out the post and leave comments with them and leave the link so they could come over here. But I'm gonna try to see how that goes. I'm gonna try to see how I could get to your listening, your watch party. But trying to finish this off. Like I said, we are our worst enemies, but we come from greatness, so we can always overcome this. We can always put our minds together and do what we gotta do. If we don't build our communities, nobody else will. We are the ones that have to build it. Nobody else is going to do it for us because nobody else really cares. If black unity is something that you strive for, you got to be a part of it. You got to be part of the change that you want to see. And I thank all of y'all for coming through. Everybody at Lily's watch party, I know that you wasn't able to be heard. Your words wasn't able to be read or talked about. But I do appreciate you even showing up to try to be a part of it. And I hope that all of you can get on to future ones on this page. Again, the reason why I needed to be here is to help grow the podcast, to help show appreciation for the people that come through, and acknowledge them, and so we all can share and grow together. Okay, so if we could get that going, it'd be great. That's what I said. That's what I said in a previous episode. The PAL was my saving grace. When that left, when the PAL closed down on Gates Avenue, I had nowhere else to go but the streets, and that's where I started messing up at. Before that, I was in the PAL making jewelry boxes out of icy sticks, and I loved it. Drawing, I don't even draw anymore. It was just the camaraderie. Everybody hanging together. It was like the whole neighborhood together. It was more friendly. That's where the divide came in, and I think that they knew that, and that's why they closed it. But again, like I said, we definitely got to build things like that, and I agree with you on that. But we all have to stop tearing each other down, show each other more love, and to help build our communities. It's the little things add up. We do a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. Before you know it, it's built all the way up. So, stay great, y'all.